Today is the 4-year anniversary of you talking about headlight fluid on the podcast.
Is it?
It's exactly 4 years ago.
I'll drink 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
That was the
2
day
decades.
I left
Gus,
the
you are
country
old.
immediately. I left the country after that and didn't come back for 2 years.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, that's how bad that was.
Is that the biggest
Ideally, you
regret
never
have?
would have come back.
Is that the biggest regret I
Is that
have?
the biggest regret you have from the podcast? Is something you said?
I don't regret anything that I've said on the podcast.
You mean you're
ever.
not annoyed at all
Nothing.
by people like bringing?
Why
up
would you want to
headlight
live a life
fluid?
of regrets?
Yeah. What's
You
done is
don't.
done.
But I'm saying.
What's your biggest regret on the podcast, Bob?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, it's nice that you're willing to ask, but not willing to answer. We call
Yeah.
that pulling a gap.
Okay, my
Yeah.
biggest regret is the Twitter comment.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, way to bring that up again.
Yeah.
Oh,
What a bitch. What about you, Jack? Regret saying anything on the podcast? I could probably guess.
Yeah, you can guess and you would be correct. So
Yes.
that's all we're gonna say for And now I'm sure that'll come back up again. But anyway,
I don't know what you're talking about.
me neither. Of Tucker launching that vehicle into the building, whatever.
Oh,
Didn't you try that over and over and over again?
It was the brute something. What was
Yeah,
that?
the brute cycle or something, brute chopper
Brute chopper.
or
Yeah, the chopper.
the chopper.
Yeah.
yeah.
The chopper.
Did I stutter?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I didn't
No,
even notice.
I don't think you did. It's just he said chopper and you were like, chopper.
Yeah, I said, yeah, the chopper. I'm
And it-
fucking agreeing with him.
I just remember coming in because I remember the end of that.
I thought the same thing. I used to run a lot when I was younger. I thought, I'm just going to run to get in shape.
Is that when you made that tweet about the bra?
Yeah, I did it once, and I realized I have boobs. It was like I was running, and I was like jiggling, and I was like, man, I need a sports bra or something over here. I was like, this was definitely not
that
here
that's your
last time I
reason.
ran.
I like that's your reason for not doing
Well,
it.
I
It's
became
like,
very
I've got boobs
self-conscious.
now.
Like, I started thinking anyone who was walking past me or driving past me was thinking, oh, man, look at that guy's tits. He's like bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, but why do you care?
I don't know. It was
You're
just
gonna
like,
see them again?
I like, that shouldn't be.
Did
That-
you run? Did you
that's
run
like
with a
an
shirt
overly-
on or a shirt off?
Shirt on. Come on,
Okay.
dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to
but-
blind anyone.
But the more you do that, the less titty you'll be.
Yeah, but I gotta have a breast reduction before I start running or something. So about 8 years ago, when I went to the dentist, I thought, God, I'm gonna go. They're gonna really get after me. They're gonna tell me that I need to see them more often. I'm gonna need a cleaning. I'm gonna need all this work. Dentist looks at my teeth. He's like, "Do you floss?" I was like, "Nope." He was like, "What do you do?" I was like, "I just brush my teeth twice a day." He's like, "You have the most healthy looking teeth I've ever seen in my life." I was like, "That's the worst thing you could have told me, dude. I will see you in 10 years. I'm out of here."
Was it you or Jeff who went to the doctor and they said like, "Oh, your liver's awesome"? It's like the liver of like a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah,
That was me.
Was it?
And I went on a fucking bender. He's like, they did like a sonogram on my liver and my kidneys and
Challenge
everything.
accepted.
They were like, "Do you drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, a lot." They're like, "Wow, your liver looks like you've never had a drop of alcohol in your life." I don't remember anything for a week after that.
What is up with your body? It's just like healing itself from everything.
It's because of my acid hands, like eat
Yeah.
through
Just,
metal
like,
and absorb
you just touch your mouth.
Are
at
you
the
like
end of the night.
unbreakable? Are you like?
No, God, no, nothing like that.
When was the last time you
Unbreakable
took a sick
with
day?
Do you ever worry that you might be gay? Does that
No.
worry you?
I'm not worried at all that I'm gay.
Wait, why would you be
He
worried?
has a girlfriend.
It's
Yeah.
a weird thing. to
She's
worry
sitting
about.
right
girlfriend's
here,
literally
and
right
she's
there
waving at
at you.
Well, surely making out with a dude is like saying, yeah, I don't care. I'm definitely not gay. Is it? Or
No,
does
I
that
mean,
make me more
I'm
gay?
comfortable with my sexuality. I have no issues with people who are gay.
How gay am I?
Gavin,
I
are you
was about to
questioning
segue
yourself?
into a host read.
You gotta put that
I
down.
gotta
Gus.
fucking put this down.
Yeah.
now. Thank you.
How gay am I?
I
Is
don't
that a
know what...
website?
Yeah, because the live podcast at the Gauntlet set, you were talking about how like, are you friends with guys because there's a possibility you might have sex with them?
But the thing is, I know I'm not gay, but I can't tell whether making out with the guy makes me more not gay or less gay.
What does
I
it
don't
matter?
think I don't think it
What?
affects you at all.
Wait,
It doesn't affect you. You
Wait, how
are
does
what you
making-
are.
How does making out with a guy make you more?
Did you
not
enjoy
gay?
well, there's a scale, right?
Did
There's
you enjoy
like,
it?
Did I enjoy it? No.
So you're not gay.
Did you let out like a subconscious moan while you were doing it? Like did you catch yourself?
What?
Like what was
Yeah.
that?
I was making out with a dude, and then I went, oh.
Or it's like that
Oh, that's
Seinfeld
real.
episode where you're like, it moved. What? It moved.
But anyway, there's a scale. Like, some people are, like, forcefully straight, you know?
Forcefully straight.
To the point where they hate gays. And then
Okay.
there's, like,
yeah. Well.
people who...
Oh, there it is. Gavin has.
Yeah,
to
so if you're
sing
watching the live stream right now, you're seeing Gavin lick a guy's face.
this. Okay, it's over. It's over.
I think I mentioned
Gavin.
previously on the podcast that
Oh, that's right. Gavin's never watched this short.
He refuses.
Yeah, he
to
doesn't like
see
watching it.
I was more uncomfortable watching you kiss Samantha Ireland.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Like I know her, and I know that You know, she's married, her husband was there, and I know Tom's just a comedian. You know, just a funny guy.
Have you ever seen yourself on video and seen like a flaw that you had that you didn't realize you had until it was like on the screen?
No, but that's because I've been on video for like many years now. As dumb as that sounds, like
Yeah.
I've seen my face enough times.
You actually have less stuff going on now than when you first did it.
You think so?
I was watching, I don't know why, probably like a few months ago, I was watching the raw footage from the Apple Switch thing.
Oh yeah.
And you were like twitchy. You were like way twitchier. Like when you were just standing there, you'd just be like,
A lot more energy, you know, just like random,
and now you're just like,
random stuff. You know why? Hey, thank you.
like you weren't
for
bevved
killing
up
all
then.
those neurons.
Now, see, I hear myself saying stuff over and over. Like, I say all right all the goddamn time, and it drives me crazy. And, like, I don't
Fair
think
enough.
about it when
Well,
I'm
like,
doing
all
it.
right.
Yeah, no, like when we do Let's Plays and stuff, and it's
All
like,
right.
it's like my, like, let's move along word. So it's like,
You-
all right, and then we'll keep going. And then, but now if I listen to it, I'm like, holy shit, I said
You
all right
also-
like 50 fucking times.
I think aside from Ray shouting Let's Play, you're the only one who says the same thing
Yeah.
in every AWU.
I say, well,
As
what's
far
up,
as
guys,
news
or-
goes this week, you
Oh,
say
yeah,
it every
yeah.
single week.
Well, that's just like part of the show.
I guess so. But yeah, I mean, I say what's up, guys, in every single video I do.
But that's not like a filler for time.
Yeah,
Like saying
no,
all
that,
right.
yeah, that's not like a tick. Like
Right,
saying
okay.
saying all right is like me just like that's a weird thing I do, and I catch myself saying it so much.
Have you noticed anything about yourself physically?
I move my leg a lot.
You do.
Yeah.
But I already knew that. Like, being in bed with me must be the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
I can
imagine
agree with
that is the case. Ladies, you heard it here first. Gavin Free, being in bed with me
Hey.
must be the worst thing ever.
I'm absolutely correct there.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Hairy and small penis.
And just like immediately.
Non-stop leg.
just immediately.
Gavin Free.
Immediately.
He's not even in yet. He's just like ready to go.
The sheets are just wet. Don't ask.
Yeah.
Jesus. Ugh.
I see. Okay.
I told you about that time where, like, after the surgery, I kind of had an
Yeah.
incident.
Well, you peed the bed?
Mm,
Maybe I haven't heard this.
The other thing.
Oh,
What else comes out of your dick?
and it's what?
blood?
Because I couldn't
Oh, God.
discharge.
That was worth it just to see your
Yeah, that was
reaction.
terrible.
But yeah, I couldn't monk it for like 6 weeks.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah.
You had surgery on your ball.
Yeah.
So it's understandable.
Semen.
Understandable.
Lots of semen.
Subtle. Way to work your way around.
So the reason I asked this question is because I was watching some of the raw footage from the Gauntlet, and when they're interviewing me, I'm looking straight at the camera. I realized one of my eyes is a little bit lazy. Just a little bit, and I've never
Are
noticed.
you
this
slightly
before.
cross-eyed?
I don't think that's the case.
No,
I,
one goes.
No, it's,
that,
it's
like-
probably
I think
what
when
you're
you're
focusing
looking,
on.
when you're looking at something and you're focusing, that happens. One of your eyes is going to be a little offset.
Yeah.
Or you have like also you have like a natural tilt to your head that you just don't recognize. Like I'll look at photos and I'll see one eye is lower than the other, but it's like it's just a natural little subtle tilt to your head.
Really?
Like, or to my head, I know. Like it's weird.
I like how
it's like
there's a
if
camera
you're at a
dedicated to
slight
your
angle.
face.
If you're at a slight angle from something and you're looking at it, it'll look like you're cross-eyed,
Yeah.
but you're really not.
If you watch the Fails of the Week
It
DVD,
looked like
for
my
some
eyes were
reason
that way.
we looked off camera instead of into lens, so we're all just like barely off
It's
frame. And
weird
it's
though,
like,
it's not
ugh.
enough to be
Yeah.
natural looking.
And it's
like
not
we're all
like there's no
cross-eyed.
voice off camera that we're talking to. It's just
Yeah.
for some reason we're not looking at the frame, and it's like
Okay, so
Yeah.
one of my eyes is not lazy.
No,
when-
I've
when I
never
talk
noticed
to
you having
You're
lazy
probably
Yeah,
not
I think
lazy-eyed.
it's fine.
I feel like
Because-
that's one of the first things I do every time I sit down to an interview and they're filming me. Like the interviewer will start and I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Am I giving answers to you or am I giving answers to the camera?
yeah.
Like, whichever you want. Like, no.
No.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
please.
something. This will prove whether you're kind of lazy-eyed or cross-eyed. Did Dan try to bang you when he came to Austin?
Well, that's unfair.
Like physically or like verbally?
Did he come on to you and
Yes.
he did?
Yeah.
Dan was trying to bang you.
But, like he was coming on to me in a like flirty way.
So
but
that he was trying to bang you.
he tried to bang everything that had a vagina while he was here.
So he did try to bang
what
you.
laugh was that?
No, but he is really into cross-eyed girls. And he
But-
refused.
No, I'm not saying.
He refuses to admit it, and whenever I call him out, he gets all like embarrassed about it. But his first girlfriend was the most cross-eyed girl I've ever seen. Like just like proper like this. And I was like, she's totally cross-eyed, dude. Does it not bother you? But how do you know where she's looking? And she's like, no, she's not. And then like they broke up, and he was looking back through pictures on Facebook, and he was like, she's cross-eyed in every single picture of us we've ever been together. Then he got with some new girl, and I was like, Dan, you must be just taking the piss because she's even more cross-eyed than the last one. And Dan's like, no, she's not. She's totally normal. And then they went and saw a movie in 3D, and she put on the glasses. She's like, 3D just doesn't work for me. I can't figure it out. And then I was like, Dan, she looks in two directions. She's completely cross-eyed again.
Remember the whole bit where Gus was like, we don't want like talking about people who aren't on the podcast? You just dive
Who
headlong
else are we
into
going
that.
to talk about? We're just going to talk about us all night?
Like I
also
feel
gonna
like,
come
like,
defend
and,
himself.
was she so cross-eyed that like 3D fields were reversed, like and made it into
wears
a
them
1D
upside
movie
down.
for some reason.
Everything's
She's like,
going away
this
from
movie's
me.
just a giant dot. This doesn't make any sense.
But he hates it when you bring it up. But he has had 3 cross-eyed girls
Jesus.
in the last 2 years or so.
And he was hitting on a 4th.
I mean,
so.
maybe
you
he
think-
just doesn't look at their eyes.
Is there a fetish site for that on the internet?
There's
Crosseyedsluts.com.
there's
gotta
bound to be.
There's gotta be.
If crosseyedsluts.com doesn't link to a photo of Gavin by the end of the night, I'll be very, very upset.
Or just a picture of Dan.
Get to it, internet. Jesus Christ.
When I was in kindergarten playing t-ball, my mom tells me that when I was, like 5 or something, that I would play right field. And that, like, since no one ever hit out there, I would just stand there and play with my zipper. So the whole game, I just stand there unzipping and zipping my pants, and she would be yelling at me from the crowd to stop. But I knew she was far away, so I wouldn't stop. I just look at her and keep doing it.
I don't know why.
It's funny. I can see you doing that now. What's Gus out there doing on right field? Oh, he's just playing with a zipper again.
Just pulling his dick
God
out.
damn it.
Oh. So I was playing last night, and no one that I normally play with was on. So I just started playing with random people with missions.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a 2-player mission. So it's like someone else joins the lobby, and I normally don't talk, but I could hear him like, "Hey, you there? You got a headset?" I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So I put my headset on, like, "Yeah, I'm here."
Very gentlemanly.
So we start the mission, and we're like coordinating and stuff. And the guy's like, "You sound really familiar. Do I know you?" And I was like, "No, not at all." He goes, "God, I can almost place it. Your voice is so familiar." And then we go to get in my car in the game, and he looks at my license plate and goes, "Ass man, you're Gus from Rooster Teeth." I got outed by my ass man license plate.
He looks you up in the registry.
Jesus.
I had a moment like that too, where I was playing a deathmatch, and it was like at the beginning where they like introduced deathmatch, and I'm thinking I have to do this because it's part of the game, and it was just me and someone else against 4 other people, and I didn't know how everything was working. yet.
You're still learning.
And so I'm like on a rooftop, and I see that there's someone on the radar, and I'm like, okay, this person's around here somewhere. So I'm looking on the roof, I'm looking on the ground. Then the guy pops up from behind like a chimney or something and kills me. I'm like, oh man, that was so fucking embarrassing. Then he sends me a message, and it says, "I love RTAAs." And I'm like, oh, that's even worse. No.
You know what I finally saw this weekend?
What's that?
Was Pacific Rim.
What'd you think of it?
It was fine.
Cliche the movie?
Totally fine.
No, I mean, you just
I
go. I feel like it's a movie that's like it knows what it is, and
Yeah.
it's an
Yeah.
homage
As
to those
long as you
movies.
go in expecting that,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
I,
but I
I
mean,
thought it was going to be
It's
awful.
one-dimensional
it's tons of
characters
fun.
with some robots fighting
But I
monsters.
mean, like all I wanted, if I could have gotten like the
It's
robot
tons
to
of
like score a touchdown and then spike a football, that would have been like every cliche in the book. They managed to get into that movie.
I can't believe you don't like it.
No, I enjoyed
That
it, but it's
seems
just
right
like
up your alley,
Jesus,
No,
really?
it was fucking
And
great.
like, I mean,
Yeah.
15-year-old Gus would have had a boner coming out of that movie.
Exactly.
But like, how, okay,
Use the sword!
like how far away are we from the movie that we can talk about little tiny spoilers? Is it far enough away? It's on DVD now, right? So
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah.
the fucking sword. They spend this whole movie, and it's like all of a
Exactly.
sudden there's a giant sword that
Don't
just
worry
slices
about
through
it.
anything. Like, oh,
'Cause when
what
it
do you think about
happens-
this
They're
fucking
like
sword?
being carried off, and like,
Yeah.
I guess we're going to die. No, the sword.
That's why it's awesome.
Really?
And then she
Like you had it the
pulls
whole
up,
fucking time?
and she's like, "For my family" in Japanese,
That
and
was
fucking
fun. That was the
That's
best
the best part
part.
of the
For my
movie.
family.
Oh, I love
Jesus
it.
Christ. Fucking Ron Perlman, like Ron Perlman and
movie's
Charlie
great.
Day, like
Yeah.
the whole weird
The
subplot.
Charlie Day thing was really
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Did
I'm
you,
gonna be
did you
Charlie, but if Charlie was smart,
Did you see that clip? There was a clip when the movie first came out where it's a clip from the movie, and it's when he's talking to Ron Perlman's character, and he's like, Ron Perlman's like, what do you need these parts for? And he's like, I can't tell you because it's classified, but I will say, it is pretty cool. And then like It's Always Sunny music comes on and says, Charlie builds a robot. And it's like,
That's funny.
I did not see that.
Good lord. Yeah, that movie. I mean, it's a fun movie, and it's like that's like a perfect 3D movie, like just pure popcorn, goofy, stupid movie. But yeah, it's just like, man, it's so cliched. Like, you know,
I looked it up. It only made like $100 million domestically,
Yeah, it didn't do that
but it
well.
was like 300 million international.
yeah. Did you see the trailer for the new Godzilla movie?
No, I
No.
want to.
It looks cool.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, you only see like a brief hint of Godzilla, but it's all just like destruction, and it has like that classic Godzilla roar at the
Oh,
end.
how
and, like,
cliche.
I know.
my
How does that now?
No,
sound?
I mean, if
It's
you're
exactly the same thing. Classic Godzilla roar and
Yeah.
destruction.
Like,
It seems like
a signature sound is much different than Deus Ex Machina sword.
yeah,
okay?
but
No.
it's like oh, it's my brother, and we were so good because we're brothers. Oh, my brother's dead. Oh, now like you've lost your family, and it's like, oh, and the Russians who are like stereotypical Russians. It's like, and the
As soon as I
three,
saw those Russians and
Yeah.
Chinese, I was like, they're gonna die immediately. These people are not gonna make it.
And then
they go out together like, oh, this is it. They are not coming back.
and then they have like the Australian assholes who are like they're like the hot shit, and then it's
Yeah,
like
Well, he
Australians
has a
are
dog, so
assholes.
you know he's got a soft
yeah, and
side.
it's like, oh, but that's my son, and it's like,
Well, and then the thing
Jesus
was like
fucking
the
Christ.
Chinese one had like three arms, and two of them were on the same side. I was like, why not put the third one in the middle? Like, why is it like that?
why not just make the third one a sword?
Dude, you don't understand. Hey, you do not understand
why
the
have
anatomy
arms
of
and
a
I'll just have
Jaeger.
swords for arms? Just cut through everything.
You think you know everything you're talking about there, mate?
I will say the
step
idea of
off.
like them building they're building the wall or whatever, and it's
he's
like,
like,
wall's
what's the dog
finished, and then it's boom right there. It's like,
Well,
your
what I
wall.
don't understand about the wall is like, so what was their strategy? They were just gonna live in these wall cities and give up the rest of the earth. Like,
Whoa. Well, you know, if you
that
watch
sounds
Attack
like a
on
show,
Titan,
yeah.
that's not the most far-fetched
Yeah.
idea, okay?
it's like, the oceans, yeah, those used to be cool.
yeah.
Filled with alien monsters now. Don't go over there.
Don't fuck
I
with
went
that.
to a beach once. I died.
Well, even then, like the end of the I don't want to get to the end of the movie, but there's stuff that's just like, God, it's fucking it's all logic just goes out the window.
Yeah, of course. It's like
Yeah.
it's just a dumb
giant
popcorn
robots
movie.
fighting giant
It's a-
monsters.
it's
Of
a-
course, all logic goes out the window.
All I'm saying is, if you have a door, it's like, okay, we know where they're coming from. Let's just wait till they're like in here, then we'll fuck around with them instead of going right to the source. I mean, like, why don't we just put a giant sword over where they're coming out and just go right through that, you know? But and the idea of giant robots is just a cool, fun idea. But
Yeah.
why do they gotta look like humans? Like, why do the giant robots gotta look like humans?
Some of them didn't look like humans.
That one had 3 arms.
3 arms.
Yeah, well,
The
There's that
ones
one
the
that
Russian
looked-
had was like
yeah.
crazy.
It looked like it was
Yeah.
wearing a fucking like deep sea diver.
What would
It
your
has to look
perfect
like
giant
humans 'cause
robot be?
They're
I don't know.
they're synced with their brain,
I
and they're
guess so,
controlling
yeah,
it with their
makes, yeah,
with their.
it makes sense.
I'd do a giant enemy crab design. But instead of, like,
Skitters
one would be
across.
claw just for cool factor, but the other one would be lots of guns.
The other would be a sword.
Crabs are cool. I mean, they're small, but when you think about it, a
Have you ever
crab
seen-
is a cool design.
Have you ever seen
for-
like I used to live in Puerto Rico and I'd see crabs all the time. And my favorite thing that I would see some crabs
On
do
who?
is like if there's multiple people around them, they'd use their claws like they were guns. And they'd be like, like they're covering all of you. Don't move!
Oh yeah.
I got a claw for all you
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
they like back away. And they're back-
It's really like that scene out of Finding
Don't try
Nemo.
anything.
Aye.
No, crabs are awesome.
Okay, if you were to make a giant robot based off an animal, what kind of animal would it be?
Giraffe.
Why?
What?
You
Giraffes
can
are cool.
see for really. Man, there's some other way cooler giant robots far over there that are about to kick my ass in about 5 seconds.
There's some enemies up this tree.
Some delicious leaves. Leaves.
They wouldn't
you
fight
gotta-
anything.
You got to go with like a cat, right?
Why?
Like a jaguar or something.
That'd be pretty
like
cool.
super
Fast, low to
stealthy,
the ground.
fast.
Yeah.
How
tons of
stealthy is it
attack.
going to be, though? Because it's a giant robot.
It's a fucking jaguar.
It's
It's a giant fucking jaguar.
It's gonna be stealthier than any other robot out there.
You're giant and a robot. You don't need to be stealthy.
Did you ever watch Zoids?
A little bit of Zoids, more of a Power Rangers
Well, what's
guy.
your incorrect answer then?
Again, giant crab. You're fucking stable.
A
You have
cat-
multiple legs.
A cat will fuck up a crab.
That
no,
is true.
fuck your shit. Why? How? Well, okay. If the cat gets
Okay.
underneath the crab, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Cat'll eat the shit out of a
what
crab.
was it- was
you know
it
how? It sneaks up on it.
Was it Voltron that
Crab
had
doesn't see shit coming. Next thing it knows, there's a cat under it.
The crab's too busy pointing its claws at other robots.
was it
pointing
Voltron that
behind
had
it.
all the cats that turned into the
Yeah.
giant robot?
Yeah.
Never would have lost any fights with the crab. Fucking chess piece right
What about
there.
you, Jack?
I think probably like some sort of like like a tiger or some sort of fast cat like creature.
Cats. Cats are
Yeah,
the way
no,
to go.
low
Something-
center of gravity down like
Pterodactyl.
fast moving, quick.
But he's
Pterodactyl?
airborne now.
Pterodactyl.
Do you have some sort of projectile weaponry?
Drop. It's just like an airplane, basically. I was gonna say we invent something where it's like an explosive that drops. It's like,
You're really reinventing
Wait.
the wheel here, Joey.
You're way to
Did
think
work for
outside
the
the box.
military.
Wait a minute.
I guess all a pterodactyl could do then is like pick up other robots, take them really high, and drop them. And then the other robots have a secret sword that they finally pull out. I don't even tell you.
Oh, damn it. Jordan.
Surprise
If
wings.
pterodactyl and crab team up, we'll be unstoppable.
Wasn't that the plot from Iron Man 1? Was just like take something and fly up really high with it?
If a pterodactyl held a crab upside down to its belly, then it would cover its weak spot with pterodactyl.
Yeah, he uses the crab legs to grab on, and then he's got
He's
the
got that
claw.
going
The crab,
on.
you can attack its weak point for massive damage.
What are its weak points?
No, that's
So
the whole
I
thing.
joke.
I get the.
The weak point would be the belly.
How are you gonna get to the belly?
Flip it over. Get underneath it with a cat.
Yeah.
Well, there's a pterodactyl there.
But yeah,
What
yeah.
now?
My fucking weak point is protected by the belly of a pterodactyl.
Now the weak point's
Your
the back
logic
of the
is flawed.
pterodactyl.
Fuck you.
So your Voltron is just a pterodactyl with a crab attached to its belly.
Sounds cool to me.
Sounds
Internet,
I
fucking great.
believe-
Thank you for agreeing
I
with me.
can't wait to see the million drawings of this.
Yeah, it's like
Sound
crabadactyl or
design.
whatever.
In the battles between pterodactyl crab and large robot cats, who would win? That's up for you to decide, Internet.
Okay,
I
so we
await
just,
your
we
answers.
just wrote Pacific Rim 2.
Yeah, there you go.
We did.
You're welcome, whatever fucking studio made that.
Guillermo del Toro.